What's good, guys? It's me, Gerald the Weep here, back again with another video. Okay, I've been going for okay, the last video I made was like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, school has really been a lot more exhausting than I thought, and yeah, I'm going to change my upload schedule to Thursday and Friday, Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, so 4 days a week now. So sorry, I can't do the full 7. It's because of school and stuff. But mostly I'll be uploading on the weekends until if I'm still doing YouTube, then I'll graduate and then I'll do some more uploads with I'll go back to the 7 days, and I graduate in like 2023, so it depends if I'm still around. Anyway, this is going to not be a new Asta. What if I said I was gonna make a new one? But this is my old one. It's what if Asta went to ReZero. I wanted to make EQ went to ReZero, but yeah, that plan didn't happen. And I'm going to be trying to make the mob what if Sunday, and next Thursday I'll try to make Jotaro or Tanjiro's what if. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm just making an announcement because I've been gone for like 3 weeks. And yeah, I don't know how many subscribers I'm on. I'll be checking after the end of the video. Hopefully we can make it still to 1,000. Okay, let's go. Okay, now starting the what if. I guess this will be part 21. 21. Okay, this is one of my longest series now. It's been my first Deku series. It's kind of weird. Anyway, now Gordon is using his poison magic, I would say. I was thinking of the other dude. His poison magic says look around the air to see if there's anyone close. And his poison magic gets stuck on a string and it repels back to them, and he stops it. And he says, "There's someone in the forest who has strings or something." And Asta says it's Vanessa. And Yami says, "What do you mean, Vanessa?" Yes. So, like I said, you need to watch the old part to know what this means. It's like part 21, okay? I don't know what you're doing here if you don't know what I'm talking about. He says he's seen her in his trials, so I guess Yuna must be here also. And Asta says so there might be another person from another kingdom also. That's what he also saw too. And he says we need to be on our guard. Vanessa might not be friendly anymore. And Gordon says Vanessa isn't like that. Asta, you might have not known her that long, but she wouldn't betray the Clover Kingdom or oh. Okay, I don't got the stuff. I'm vaccinated. I was just chewing on something. Almost I was just choking. Okay. Anyway, like Gordon was saying, he says Vanessa isn't like that. She would never betray our team. And Noelle doesn't know anything about Vanessa that well. But Vanessa said to keep. Noelle said to keep watch. You need to make sure this Yuno and Vanessa are not hostile. And and Asta says Yuno might be hostile also. He might be a brother of mine. He's like a brother, but there's something up with this forest. Why would they be transported here? And he also says this about his trial, but they keep moving forward. Yeah, so like I said, it was Vanessa. So like I said, you should know how she's alive, kind of, in this part. Watch part 17 through 20. Okay, it was the last episode. It was an hour long. It explains everything. You should know. Okay, so Vanessa, I know I sound freaking rude right now. Okay, so now she sees that there was poison happening to her strings, but they're a lot more stronger because of the cat of fate. And she goes strengthen all around the forest. And she goes straight to the vice captain about this, because that's the only person she kind of knows now. She also sees Yuno and this dark elf. There's only like 4 people here, and they're trying to get other people out the ice. that Amelia did. So yeah, so Vanessa goes straight to the vice captain, and she says there are intruders in the forest. And the vice captain says, like I said, this could possibly be Yami. He might have located you or something, or he must have found someone who can track your type of magic. And Vanessa is saying that it was poison magic, and she does know someone who that does poison magic. It was a guy named Gordon, and he it seemed like similar to his, but I don't know. But so says he's going to go search, and Vanessa says that's probably a bad idea. We need to know more information about them. There could be multiple people, and they cannot be Captain Yami. And Yuno says, I'll pull on the string 6 to 7 times if I'm in danger, and if I only pull on once, I'm basically dead. Just remember that. And he says, okay, I'm going. As Yuno is flying over there, he thought he saw the person that sent him here, Satella. And he says, yeah, that has to be that Satella woman. And it looks like it's actually Noelle, but he doesn't see from the angle. He says, so she does wander this forest. So that's what the legends were saying with these books that the Dark Elf got out. And he tries to shoot wind magic to see if she can attack without like I said, he basically just attacked Noelle because he thinks she's Satella. Like everyone, like I feel bad for Noelle in this part. She always be getting attacked for no reason. And he uses his wind tornado, and Noelle gets out the way quite easily. Yuno would be quite weak. He has his spirit with him. He can go into that, but he barely has to use it. He hasn't really he trained with it, but not to the point where he's not catching up with Asta or Noelle anytime soon. They've been after battle. So so Noelle, I'm pretty sure from my memory, it's been a couple of months since they did the trials and did everything. So Noelle kind of knows how to use a little bit of her Valkyrie armor for a couple of minutes. I'm pretty sure I explained that in one of the parts. I know she can use her water crystals pretty perfectly now, but she also trained with getting her Valkyrie armor, so that's how she's able to dodge this. But she only can use it for like 15 to 20 minutes. Like she trained, but she's not that powerful. And Noelle says she's not this Satella. She's died over 400 years ago. And Yuno says, you're the one who sent us here, wasn't it? And she says, I'm Noelle Silva from the Clover Kingdom. And Asta wanted us to come here to free the elves with his anti-magic sword. And she says, I don't want to fight if I don't have to. Can you please just show us to the center of the forest? We need to find a person named Lucida. If you know anything about her, aren't you Yuno, right? And Yuno says, how do you know all of this? You must be a spy or something. I don't trust anyone. And he says, Noelle says, do you know anyone by the name of Vanessa? And he says, yes, but that doesn't really matter. You're not going to be getting past me. And Noelle says, listen, you're not going to be able to defeat me with that weak amount of power you have. You might be strong, but... And Yuno says, just try it. And the spirit comes out, and Noelle then gets surprised, and she says, oh no. She didn't, didn't show the spirit before, but yeah, Noelle comes from the same universe. She knows how strong spirits are, so she underestimated Asta's friend, Yuno, or brother, kind of. They're kind of like brothers. I don't know. They're best of friends and brothers. And Yuno uses another tornado, and Noelle flies too fast for it, and she kicks him right through the trees. And Vanessa sees this. Uh, she doesn't see it, but she feels it through the strings. And Noelle uses a water, her water dragon, and yeah, that destroys. It injures Yuno's leg quite badly. She wasn't trying to kill him. And Yuno says, "Oh, she is too powerful, but there's no way she's Satella." And then Vanessa she then figures out that it's water, so she thinks it might be that Noelle person. She didn't know Noelle that well, but she did know she was like a Silva, and they could use water and stuff. And yeah, but yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh my good. As Vanessa is saying this, Yuno arrives and it says poison magic, and you think it could be from your captain. Okay, something happened. Like a fly tried to go in my ear multiple times. I don't know where this fly is coming from. It's stuck in my room and I have my door shut. It's been bothering me since yesterday, last night. Like, seriously, it's scaring me, man. It just comes out of nowhere. I don't know where it's coming from, man. It's freaking scary. Let's imagine you're making a video and then something just flies in your fucking ear. I'm sorry for profanitizing, but that thing is just making me mad. Okay, like seriously, I can't enjoy looking at my beloved Noelle anymore without just. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm starting to go crazy. Okay, my bad. Anyway, okay, so what was I saying? Hold on, I gotta. Okay, I remember what I was saying. Yeah. So, Vanessa thinks that Noelle is here now, but she doesn't have time to think about this because I thought it was the fly again. Oh my goodness, I'm getting paranoid. Anyway, Yami he doesn't use a dimension slash. He just uses a normal black divider. Wait, no. I mean, that fly is made me so I can't even say it. His black slicer. I mean, Yami's black slicer. I can't even remember the name of it. Oh my goodness, that fly messed me up so badly. Oh my goodness. The black slicer on the black divider. Yeah. No, but that's Asta's attack. I can't remember. I know it's his dark slice. Yeah, dark slice. Yeah, there we go. I think that was the name of it. Okay. So I'm sorry for wasting so much time with that. So Yami uses that and he says, "Vanessa, come out. It's me. I know it's your string, but it's a lot more stronger." And Vanessa tries to communicate with Yuno to come out, but Asta already appeared right behind Vanessa, and he has his he's on a he has he's flying, and there's one sword right next to her, and he was flying in the air. Yeah, like I said, he used the second sword, and Vanessa says, "Yep, it's most definitely Captain Yami." And she does remember that Asta can cut through magic, so Asta says, "You're defeated now. Just lay down the strings. No one has to get hurt, Vanessa. We come to save this elf village from a curse that Amelia did. She's a person very important to me, and I'm going to get us back to our world. But I need your help, especially with your that cat of yours. I'm pretty sure you already know what it can do by now. It can change fate. It can come very handy when we fight the person that sent us here. I think she might be. She says she wants our help, but I'll explain more of this to you when you're not going to be armed." And Vanessa says, she says, I'm just glad that someone actually finally showed up that was a part of the team. And yes, Yuno retreats, and yeah, Noelle follows him, and she sees Asta. And she says, okay, good. Yami must have communicated. And Yami then shows up and he says, it looks like our plan actually worked. We found Yuno and Vanessa. And Asta gives Yuno a hug, and Yuno doesn't believe that this is Asta, and he says, let go of me. You're not Asta. This doesn't make any sense. Asta would have died in that portal thing. It just sucked up everything. And Noelle says Asta was basically the one that kept us alive most of the time. We would have died multiple times without him. You missed quite a lot of events. This is what Noelle was saying. But she now realizes Gordon's not here. And Vanessa says he's probably fighting the vice captain. And Yami says the vice captain's here. I should have known he would have survived. And he says, what direction would he be? And Yuno says he tries to fill out where the dark elf is, but he doesn't feel anything. And then an arm comes in flying out of nowhere, and it's Gordon's arm coming. Someone cut off his arm, and Yami sees that Gordon's arm is cut off, and Vanessa sees this too, and she says, "Oh my goodness." And Yuno sees, like, we were supposed to just defeat you, not kill you. We wanted more information out of you. And, so Asta gets super mad, and he goes into his devil form. He doesn't go into devil unity. And he gets rid of his sword, and he pulls out the other sword that was meant to buy Vanessa, and he says, Vanessa, get onto this sword that's right by you. And Noelle starts to fly, and she brings Yami with her. And Yuno starts to fly too. Yeah, they all can fly now. Yami doesn't know how to fly. He needs a broom. Like, seriously, I'm surprised Yami doesn't know how to fly. He needs to figure out how to power. Like, he has black magic. Black magic. I'm pretty sure there's a way to fly without. Wait, does he? No, I don't know if Yami can fly or not. I don't know. I can't remember, but I know remember him standing on something, like he was floating. Okay, anyway. So they go over to Gordon. And yes, Vice Captain Licht, I can't say his name properly. He says, "Oh, you think I'm just gonna allow this to happen, Dark Elf?" And he finally showed up to Gordon, and he sees that his arms are cut off. And Gordon uses a poison arm. Gordon's not playing around. He gets in a fighting stance, and he says, "Who are you?" And he sees that he's wearing a black bull cloak, and he says, "You must be a part of the Black Bulls, but I never seen you before." And Vice Captain. It's a better way to say it. He says, "I'm the Vice Captain, but it looks like this Dark Elf is trying to kill you. We were supposed to get information out of you to make sure you're a Yami. Anyway, we'll defeat him. He's not too tough." And the Dark Elf says, "They're evil. You should know this by now. We shouldn't trust them. They're friends with that Satella woman that brought us here. Yep, she might have been an elf, but I don't trust her anymore. And I'm going to revive my friends in those elf bodies that were frozen." And Laxt says, "I don't think so." And he pulls out his multiple. I'm pretty sure, forgot his multiple devils. Yeah, he pulls them out, and he goes into the shadows. And Gordon sees that he has like some sort of shadow magic, and the dark elf, or pastry, black pastry. I'm sorry, it sounds a lot better. Black pastry. Yeah, dark elf pastry. No, black pastry. There we go. Anyway, and also he ain't that dark. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, he goes into the shadows and tries to attack him. And Gordon's poison arm. Gordon goes and try to punch him straight up, but Gordon now realizes that he shoots fast lightning attacks, and Gordon uses poison smoke screen to try to blind Pastry. But Pastry jumps into the air and starts shooting more black light magic. And Gordon is barely able to dodge this, and he shoots another poison. He shoots like a poison dart right into Pastry's leg, and it barely works on Pastry. It slows him down a little bit, but not to the point where it can stop him. And then the vice captain pulls up and slashes at Pastry's leg, but he gets slashed by the light attack. And Pastry says, "Oh my goodness, I almost forgot Lick's name." He says, "I'll never be able to see Lick again if I don't kill these people that were brought here by Satella. I know so." And he sees that they are finally showing up, and he says, "I might be outmatched, but at least I can keep fighting." And Asta uses a black divider and slashes Pastry, and it goes straight. It's across his chest, basically. And Asta says he then sees that Gordon's arm really is all off his body, and they're now in like some sort of cave. But how did Gordon's arm get cut off and get transported to where they were at? So that's what Vice Captain did. He transported his arm to somewhere else. So that's how they knew where to go. And Vanessa knew about the lots of the locations. She comes like a couple of days or a month after, So yeah, like I said, it's been a couple of months. And anyway, so Subaru will be coming later into the part, but he's not gonna say that much. Anyway, um, so like I was saying, so Pastry says, "No, this can't be. I should have just let stay here in Vanessa." And Asta says, "You're not gonna get away with this, elf. Aren't you, elves? You're nothing like Amelia. He doesn't know anything about other elves. And besides Satella, he says he's more like Satella." And he says, "Don't compare me to that woman. She ruined my plans of getting the Clover Kingdom." And Asta says, "There's elves in our world." He says because Satella would have never told this random elf about the Clover Kingdom. He must think Asta thinks he's from their world. And anyway, Pastry says, "Enough of that anyway. But you're too late to do. I'm already done with my attack." And Asta sees that Noel and Yami were flying in, and Yami tries to do a thrust, but he couldn't do it fast enough, and the rocks crumble onto both Noel and Yami. And Asta starts to scream out, and he says Noel and Yami's name. And Gordon sees this, and Vanessa sees this too when she was flying in. She pulls out one of them, and it was just Yami. Noelle is still trapped under the rocks. Don't worry, she's not dead. Okay, but her body is kind of messed up. Hold on. Yeah, Yami says no. He yells Noelle, and he jumps up into the air and uses air thrust, and he destroys Pastry's leg, and he then kicks. Yeah, Pastry's surprised by this attack, and Yami kicks him straight into the air, and Asta uses his full power unseen devil unity. He just disappears, and he cuts both of yeah, both of Pastry's arm off and goes into his tornado, his unseen tornado attack. I forgot what it's called. Devil unseen tornado attack. I forgot what it was called, but I know he does that. What he did to Garfield basically, and yeah, he drills Pastry straight into the ground, and yeah, yeah. So the vice captain didn't have to do that much, and the vice captain seals him with his devils, pinning him to the ground, and Vanessa, yeah, uses her string to wrap him around and tie him up. And the devil starts to leave his body or take it over. And Asta wasn't having any of that. And yeah, Lebet tells him that it's another devil inside. And Asta doesn't even waste any time on it. And he says, "There's the devil. Do what you got this, Yami." And Yami charges up um, a, di- a dimension slash, and Asta's already put up his two swords to stab at the devil that's coming out of the elf's body, and he starts to laugh and he starts to say, "Uh oh," and he dodged. Yeah, the devil that comes out of Pastry's body comes out, and Asta wasn't he wasn't playing anymore because Noel was injured and Gordon was injured, and he doesn't have Subaru here, so he can't return by death. So yeah, so Asta then slices at the devil, and Yami charges says dimension slashes. And sorry for the background noise. I'm going to end the video soon because I hate when they do that. Take a shower when I'm recording. Anyway, yes, uses the dimension slash, and yeah, they defeated the devil quite easily. They weren't playing around. So Pastry goes back to his normal state, and Yuno is quite surprised that they defeated those two quite easily. And Noel and Asta goes to check up on Noel, and Gordon goes over there. Yeah, Gordon was pulling off the rocks off of Noel, and Noel gets pulled out by the strings, but it mostly injured her back and legs. But she's mostly all right. But she's unconscious. Yeah, she's gonna be like that for a couple of months. But anyway, so apologizes to Noel when her unconscious body, and Asta picks it up and he says, "Okay, where's one of the? Is there a bed around here?" And yeah, he puts her on one of the beds closest in the village, and he says, "This is all my fault." And Yami says, "It was my fault too. I should have been more faster and destroyed those rocks. That devil that was inside that elf must have corrupted him." And Yuno says that he said the devil wasn't going to do anything to him, and maybe it was controlling him all this time. And Vanessa apologizes to Noel's body too, but yeah, Noel didn't die. It's not because she has plot armor. Okay, but anyway, Yami then sits down and he says, "Vice Captain, you have a lot of explaining to do. Why didn't you defeat that elf, or try to? You and Vanessa could have most definitely defeated him. I don't know about the devil, but maybe Yuno could have helped out also." And he says, "It really wasn't my problem. I was just observing, Captain Yami. I really don't like you that much." This is what the vice captain is saying. So, like I was saying, when the vice captain says he doesn't like him that much, that's why he didn't help out that much. Anyway, he says, "Now that I know so much about this, about what's going on now, I thought I heard someone call my brother's name. Okay, anyway, yes, the vice captain says, we've been here about the same amount of time as you. We've learned about a little bit of the elves, but we don't know anything other than this elf place. Asta is destroying the crystals, and they're starting to awake from their curse, the curse that Amelia did, and Asta is quite happy. He's using both of the swords. First, he's absorbing all of it, all of the magic, and he then he just balances. Yeah, he just shoots it into the air, and yeah, he did it the first time, but it was way too powerful, and it almost destroyed one of the crystals. So Subaru, so okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, this is like I said, there's gonna be a future time skip. I said it in my one of the future parts. Like I said, this is like a spoiler into ReZero and Black Clover. Yeah, so it's like a time skip thing, and the Snow OVA with ReZero, I'm gonna make that happen a lot earlier. So that's why Asta is going training. It's winter time. That's why he was wearing that in season 2. I'm gonna say the Snow OVA happens between this what they're doing, and they're gonna be there for like 6 months. And it took them 6 months to like get out of the trials and stuff, and then another 6 months to do everything. And yeah, they're gonna be there for 6 months, and so basically a year is gonna go by, and then the next event, so season 3 will happen. Anyway, um, so like I was saying, so Asta frees everyone, and everyone rejoices Asta. And Yami says, "Do you know if there is a way to get back?" And everyone is like freed now. Asta feels super happy that he accomplished this. So and he celebrates and he says, "Amelia, I'm the knight of Amelia. She wanted me to free all of you. No, you don't have to worry about anyone trying to harm you anymore. Just call for me and I'll save you all, along with Subaru Natsuki." And they all say cheers to him. But he does see a body. He sees Marty. Is it Marty? Yeah, Marty is the one that got killed by the poison. The one of the the snake. I forgot the snake's name. You know the killer. The white whale and the killer rabbits. Yeah, it's the third one. The serpent. Yeah, the serpent. He got killed by that, so they couldn't save him. And he says, "It looks like someone. It looks like a python killed him or something." And yeah, Subaru remembers like a poison venom from one of the. There's another. Yeah, I mean, Asta remembers. Yeah, I keep getting Subaru and Asta confused. I'm not trying to say Subaru. Asta remembers that there's another mob beast out there, a serpent, and it must have came to the village and killed this guy before trying to kill Amelia. But why would the serpent try to be there? He doesn't know. And maybe one of the he knows one of the witches have a serpent. He knows it's one of the witches. He knows it's Daphne's. The Daphne. He knows it's that witch pet kind of. And he says, "I really should have talked with that Daphne woman. I should have controlled my anger back then." And yes, for the next 6 months, they rebuild everything. And Asta gets a letter from Subaru getting invited to a party, and that's gonna happen week 3 to 4 weeks from now. And Asta, after rebuilding everything, he lets Yuno rule over this place, and Yuno says he's going to keep training until he gets strong enough, and he'll visit the Roswell Mansion, because the Roswell Mansion has been rebuilt in 6 months. So yeah, like I said, it's been like 6 months. And Asta, Noel, Yami, and Gordon stays behind because his arm is still his arm. He has one arm. His arm is healed, but he still wants to. He wants to get stronger, so he's going to keep training. He doesn't want to hold them back, so he's going to keep training with Yuno and stuff. And we'll see Gordon again. He's going to be in the next arc of the show. You'll see what I'm talking about. He's gonna be after season 3, like so. Basically, around the second part of season 3 or season 4, around there, in ReZero terms. So Vice Captain Lee and Vanessa leaves with Noel, Asta, Yami, and yeah, Gordon stays. And so they travel to the Roswell mansion, and they see that it's rebuilt, and they see all these snowmen that were kind of there. But they're all melted. They probably could have built snowmen, but it's starting to become summer, so like the sun is starting to get out, so everything is starting to melt. So they walk past the Roswell mansion, but everything feels weird. Like they've been through, like it's gonna feel like they're going through another battle. And Asta, like I said, Asta has been training with, with for 6 months he trained, with I forgot to mention this with the vice captain, so he's a lot more stronger too. And yeah, so they keep walking to the they keep walking to the. Sorry, my throat is. I've been talking for too long. I haven't did this in a minute. I'm trying to make this part long for you guys because I haven't made a YouTube video in a minute. So they after a week or two on the road, they finally a week or two on the road, they finally made it to the place where they have to be, and the party would be starting right about now, but Asta sees witch cultists coming out of the blue, and Asta says it's the witch cultists. And Asta knows a little bit about the witch cultists. He's been studying. And Noel says, "Why is the witch cultist here in Lagunica? Where's Reinhardt?" And they see Garfield comes out of nowhere and punches the witch cultist out of existence with his gauntlet, his thing that he killed Satella with. Forgot what it's called. He kills those witch cultists, and Subaru says, "Asta, Noel, and Yami, is that you?" He doesn't know the other two. He sees that Vanessa and Vice Captain are with him, and he says, "Who are those two?" And he tries to ignore Vanessa because Vanessa says, "Oh, who could this person be? Is this the Subaru you were speaking about?" But Julius says, "We don't have time for this. We need to give them a quick explanation. Okay, this is spoiler. It's like a cover in the book. I think it's the light novel 16 or 17. It's in one of those books. I'm reading it so I don't see any of the pictures. Yeah, I haven't read it in like 4 months. Okay, don't judge me. I know a little bit what's going on because I watched one of a ReZero YouTube channel about what's going on. And yeah, Asta gets explained what's going on, and you'll see what happened and how the witch cultists got there for the next part, for part 23. You'll see how the witch cultists got there and how Asta has to defeat the Witch of Wrath and Greed. Pep. Oh, did I forget his Regulus? Yeah, Regulus. And I can't tell if that Karush in the background. I'll tell you when I catch up with the reading. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this part. Tried to make it an hour long. Now I need to go and probably do homework or something. Okay, peace out, guys. Bye.